All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Akar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you, Aki, and pushing out this truth all over the globe in all sincerity. This is from DC Clothesline. All right. And you see under the title of the heading, it says, Airing Out America's Dirty Laundry. And that's what we do out, here in Great Millstone, man. Starting with the apostles on down. Every week and throughout the week, man, that's what we do. Airing out America's dirty laundry, and that's why they want to shut down the tube. They're removing our pages because too much information is coming out on them, man. All right, it reminds me of Isaiah 47. We're uncovering this place through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, according to the Holy Scriptures. All right, so I found this article interesting. One of the brothers sent it in our chat, and I was reading through it, and I thought it would be a good video to bring out to Akim. It says, "Beware of foreign soldiers living in your midst." Okay. So, before I get into the article, let me go ahead and grab a scripture real quick. Just remind me of 2 Esdras 15. I'll start at 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, say of the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, man. So a lot of you people here, you American people, not just you Negroes, Latinos, and natives, man, you're destroyed for lack of knowledge, but also Esau as well, the so-called white man, and the other nations that might be here. You people are all destroyed, man. And like the scriptures say, for the lack of knowledge, man. You don't know what's going on. You don't know anything about your government. We know the word government goes back, when you break it down, it goes into mind control. Government. Govern the mind. You're not aware of situations like this, man. That could very much so happen. That's why the scriptures say many great misery shall be done. And America's being saved for last, man. You see, all hell is breaking loose all over the world, man. So America is next. This place is next to have a civil war, race riots and stuff like that. It's going to get real crazy, man. 5, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. All right, and that's what's coming to this place, man. All right. The sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. That's the future, all right, of America, man. And you American people, you're unaware, and I like to study Jake, man. And not just Jake, just people in general, man. When I'm out and about or whatever, I'll listen to the conversations, man. And you people are not talking about nothing, man. Nothing. All you could talk about, man, are your problems, your immediate problems, sports, things of the world. All right. And I'm not talking about what's going on around the world. I'm talking about the entertainment, just bullshit, man. You people are not up on anything. You're not speaking about important matters, man. You people truly are destroyed, man. Because you don't have any knowledge. You don't have true knowledge, man. They just feed you bullshit on the news. They feed you, they do talk about anything that's going on in the Middle East. They'll talk about it for a couple of minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll switch to, sports and shit like that, man. And then celebrity gossip, just bullshit. That's what's in you people's mind. That's all you can speak about is bullshit, man. So you people are not prepared for what's about to happen to this place, man. That's why we say it's gonna be, it's gonna be like Venezuela, but times 20, man. All right. Yeah, you people are not prepared, man. Let me go ahead and skip down a little bit. I'll go to 12, okay? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High should bring upon it. Now, America, like I was saying in my last video, this is the modern day Egypt. This is bondage. All right. You look on the dollar bill, you see the pyramid. Okay, so this is Egypt all over again. Okay, and the Lord is gonna bring plagues upon this place like he brought the plagues in Egypt, but it's gonna be a lot worse. All right, and you're seeing that on a small scale. You see the fishes being washed up, the wells. You see the earthquakes, diverse places. You see the weather. You see, the hurricanes and stuff like that. So the Heavenly Father, He's bringing it, man. Right? You see the signs in the heavens. You see the so-called UFOs. All right. So 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction drive nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, and you have that going on right now. These protests going on. Yellow Jack, they've been protesting for a year now. You got the Hong Kong, they're still protesting. They've been protesting since June. So there's a lot of uproars going on right now. They're not regarding their kings or their princes, speaking about the government. Okay, and then 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. All right, so it's going to get real bad, man. And that's going into martial law, them cutting off these cities. And you don't think your government knows exactly how to cut you people off, man? This is not something that's just going to be, them trying to figure out, when all hell breaks loose on how to quarantine you people or how to cut off your cities. No, man, they have the blueprints, man. They have the blueprints for every major city, every major intersection. They know how to close this bitch down if they needed to. And you people will not be able to move, man. You're gonna have checkpoints everywhere. It's gonna be crazy, man. So let's go ahead and get into the article. I'll drop the link in the description box. Go ahead and get into it, man. I've read dozens of articles warning of Muslim immigrants rising up to take over the country, community by community, state by state. Well, I don't doubt that some Muslims, maybe even a significant number, would like to see us fall to their sword. Yeah, of course, because you American people, man, you're hated by these other nations, man. They call you the laziest people, the dumbest people. You don't follow any type of customs. Everybody is just doing what they're doing, man. You're free to worship whatever you want to worship. This so-called the land of the free to do whatever the hell you want to do, man. This place is, it's morally corrupt. All right. A damn man could walk down the street in a damn diaper, man. You know what I'm saying? You think the cops are going to roll up on him and arrest him? You people, man, you're hated amongst these other nations, man. So, this is not far-fetched. All right. So it says, I wonder if there isn't something even more sinister going on, something that also involves many of our actual government leaders and those who seek a different future for America. And that's very much so. Your government leaders, they will be the ones that plan this. And of course, they do seek a different future for America, which is chip you people with the RFID chip, the radio frequency identification. That's why your credit cards now come with that chip. Now they're taking the chip off. Now they're going to do away with the credit cards, the debit cards, and that chip is going to be inserted in your hand, man. Like speaks about in Revelations 13. So that's the future that they're imagining. But the Heavenly Father is going to only allow them to get so far. All right, with their new world order and chipping you people, man. All right, so it says putting foreigners against Americans isn't as far-fetched as you might think. Before you my favorite reader write me off and send the boys in white to take me away, hear me out. It's actually happened here before, not with Muslims, but with 500,000 foreign soldiers recruited to kill Americans, tens of thousands of them. What I'm referring to is the war between the states, the war of secession, the war of northern aggression, or as I like to call it, the war to defend nullification. This excerpt is from an article written by Don H. Doyle, an expert on the contributions of immigration to the Union's victory over the Confederate States. All right. And you see right here underneath Trump's face. In the summer of 1861, an American diplomat in Turin, Italy, looked out the window of the U.S. legation to see hundreds of young men forming a spiraling line. Some wore red shirts, emblematic of the Garibaldi if I'm saying that correctly, who during the campaign in southern Italy were known for pointing one finger in the air and shouting, Italy, unity, Italy, united. Now they wanted to volunteer to take up arms for America, Unita. All right, and that's what they were chanting when they were standing in their formation. All right, so meanwhile, immigrants already in the United States responded to call to arms in extraordinary numbers. In 1860, about 30% of the U.S. population was born overseas, roughly what it is today. 1 in every 4 members of the Union Army forces was an immigrant. Some 543,000 of them, more than 2 million Union soldiers by recent estimate. Another 18% had at least one foreign-born parent. Together, immigrants and the sons of immigrants made up about 43% of the U.S. armed forces. All right, so you see that. In addition to those recruited to come to the U.S. to fight the Confederacy, thousands of Germans had already arrived here after their failed revolution of 1848. Okay, so today our nation is being flooded with poorly educated, unskilled men of military age. All right. So it says right here. So it says in 1860, Confederate diplomat and supporters abroad were eager to inform Europeans that the North was actively recruiting their sons to serve as cannon fodders. In one pamphlet, Confederate envoy Edwin de Leon informed French readers that the Puritan North had built its army in large parts of foreign mercenaries made up of the refuse of the old world. Immigrants tended to be young and male, and I might add unskilled at anything. So that reminds me of that movie Red Dawn, because you don't have the foreign soldiers and stuff on the American soil, man. So they make movies about, you know, things like this, what they plan on doing to you people in the future, man. So it's not far-fetched. All right. So it says, what is the upside? Haven't we all marveled at those in power in the U.S. government? Let's just call them the deep state, which will bring in hundreds of thousands of uneducated, unskilled young men of military age, often from regions that hate us. Or like I was saying, you know, these people are these nations, man. They hate you. They hate you, Americans, man. I remember years ago I was reading an article, man. You know, these sailors where they got off their ships in Turkey, and the people of Turkey they were saying, "Yankee, go home." You know, they were saying that to you crackers, man. So you're hated, man. You know, they call you the Great Satan in Iran. So it says it can't be cheap labor because they can't do anything of value. They're no longer school age, so educating and training them will be difficult. They don't know our language, and they have no desire to assimilate. They respect, abuse, even rape, and kill our women. Plus, it is damn expensive, man. So the scriptures talk about that, man. How the women would be ravished. You know what I'm saying? You know, man's heart's failing them for fear. You know, you women, you know, are gonna get it as well, man. You know, they're not gonna take it easy upon you, man. You know, they show you that in my airplane mode. I don't want nobody bothering me. They show you that in that movie, The Road. You know, the woman, she was tripping. You know, she was stating that that they would rape her, you know, and you know, and her son and stuff, and then after that eat them. You know, so it's gonna get real crazy, man. You know, you women, man, you know, you don't have any type of defense. You know, the only defense you have, the scriptures say that 7 women would take hold of 1 man. All right, and that's gonna be a selected number, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get back into it. So while Europeans immigrants came to the U.S. during colonization, they had no issues with waging war against the red men. They brought their own religious leaders who told them these dark-skinned natives didn't have souls. They were unredemptive heathen to be dispatched with no remorse. So that's what they told them. So you know, so when they were killing them, you know, that's how they looked at them. You know, they you know, it was a play on their mind, you know, telling them that they were savages and, you know, lack of souls and stuff like that. You know, and that's what America has done to you Negroes, man. Here in America, man. That's why these cops that kill you with no remorse, man. right? Because they look at you as, you know, as animals, you know, basically a menace to society, right? And that's how this media paints Jake, man, to the rest of the world. You know, they demonize you like that. Okay, so it says, if the Injuns refuse to take on the way and religion of the new settlers, it was no more sinful to kill a man, rape and kill a woman, or even a child. They call them nits, than to take out a wandering bear or wolf. Colonists used to develop the resources, lands, timbers, furs, and later minerals, and push the original inhabitants out. To take the history lesson forward almost 200 years, my relatives in what became Texas were used by Spain to displace Indian tribes and settle the land. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot more on this article. Like I said, I'll drop the link in the description box so you brothers can take a look at it a little further. That's all I'm gonna go ahead and read on it. I don't want to make the video too long. Yeah, so the title, beware of foreign soldiers living in your midst, man. So, you know, the men are in the know. You know, we're up on a lot of things, man. You know, thanks to the Spirit, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai direct us and to you know, make us aware of the things that come, man. You know, like it says, Isaiah 33 and 6, you know, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability. You know, so we understand that all hell is about to break loose in America. You know, and it's not gonna go well for you people, man. So until the next video, I want to say shalom.